c8.
How did he find that move so quick? That is the best move on the board, according to the engines. Garry just playing incredible chess on every move now.
Knight f5 has been played. Push the pawn, b5. Come on, Garry. Get
now queen to c2. He's just owning the board now with his
C2?
knight.
What is that? I love that queen defending the d6 knight.
He's just controlling the board.
He's played queen d3.
I'm not sure I like these.
Let me tell you.
Queen d3. I like queen d3.
He's ready to play rook h4 now again.
Garry has been playing number 1 or 2 moves by the engine every single move. He is totally in control of this game right now. But the problem is he only has 37 seconds left on his clock.
Finally, b5.
Will he be able?
I've been bishop c3, bishop b4.
And he snaggled a pawn with queen a3.
Has he allowed? No, rook b5 doesn't work. f8 is hanging. Rook b5, knight b5, queen c4, queen f8.
We got some more moves on the board. Queen d5, trying to get some counterplay desperately. Rook c1, Garry.
And queen c5. That queen b. Yes, queen c5, posting up.
He's got his queen on b4. He opted out and played queen b4 in that position.
He played queen b4, not queen c5. I've got queen c5
No,
recorded.
he played queen to b4. His queen is sitting on b4 right now.
I see.
In the game, queen to b4. And it doesn't matter. He owns the board. Everything he did so far is right. He is completely controlling the chessboard. The b pawn about to run down. The knight on d6 is dominant. He gets it. He just has 33 seconds to prosecute this advantage. He has been playing dominating chess. It looked like he could mate on the other side, but he decided to own the other side of the board. And the way he's done it, he just played very practically. And now his b pawn is just a monster, and it's over. It's just a crushing position.
Taking on a2 doesn't change anything. That's the thing. That doesn't even get him much counterplay. It's just played bishop c3. You notice how all of the pieces are pretty much defended except for that rook on c1.
Exactly.
And just pushing forward with b6. Getting the other rook behind the pawn.
I'm not sure.
What just happened? Garry just blundered.
Oh, no.
Gary played the move b7 and hung his knight.
Overconfident.
Unbelievable blunder by Kasparov.
Wesley, didn't that happen twice to Wesley?
Against Wesley, yeah. Garry playing a monster game, a beautiful, beautiful, flawless strategic victory in the offing. And look at this. After the move, rook b8, b7, dropping the knight on d6. What a tragic mistake for Garry Kasparov. Wow. And the other game.
Well, it harkens back to that early...
Well, Georgiev has played extremely well.
He's got the pawn back. What's the situation with this wrong-coloured rook's pawn? Is there any...
I don't think there's any hope, because I don't believe that Georgiev is going to get his king into the corner.
No.
It's simply over.
Yes, he can't get his king across.
There we have it.
That's it, yes.
And now it's just simply a question of a queen. Whether or not he'll have enough time to mate. Stalemate.
No, really?
Oh my God.
No.
Unbelievable error by Garry Kasparov.
That's incredible. He's shaking his head in disbelief. How could he do that?
The simple move queen d4 to b4 would have been mate and won.
I can't believe it.
Unbelievable. World champion makes an elementary error, placing his opponent in stalemate. A stalemate is when an opponent has no legal moves and cannot be forced to move his king in check. So the game is now a draw.
Both games drawn.
Unbelievable.
Yes, that's going to go into the history books. Kasparov, a queen and a...
Trying to get some play, but it looks desperate. Queen c6, there we go. We've got the same mate thread again. It's the same as in the first game. Queen e2, defending against the mate, but this is pretty ugly.
Oh, Queen e4, that's a powerful move. Hitting the rook, hitting the bishop. There can be all sorts of exchanges here. Just a
rook to f1, rook
to f1, and then bishop h6 just wins on the spot. Because, oh dear.
I think Anand has completely collapsed in this game.
I think he should have... Oh, rook f2 is a better square because at least g2 is defended.
Knight d5 is horrible. Kasparov dominating the position.
That's right. I mean, just a series of exchanges, and you've got a very nice ending. There's no longer any problems. Just take it off.
Kasparov,
take
two
it off.
pawns up, technically winning position.
Yeah.
He's just exchanging pieces now. It's all over.
Put your king on a square.
What's the queen takes g4? What's he overlooked? This is incredible. The queen on g4 attacking the rook on c8. Now black's queen is attacked on e3.
White should have played.
Wait a second, queen. The black queen moves back. Queen check. King
He's
up.
castled.
He's castled, sacking his queen.
He should have played knight takes e3, and then he got the technical position. Queen takes e3. It was just 2 laps.
Well,
Kasparov's
that's
got a big advantage on the clock, but suddenly.
Well, how's the position? What an elementary blunder from Kasparov. He had a winning position, and now how is it? Well, completely unclear. Kasparov still has chances here. It was a rook and a bishop for the queen, but Anand moving the queen in.
Knight d4. Maybe now e4 next move. The idea of bringing the rook down the c5.
Oh, but Anand just munching these pawns. Good move. The queen on
stopping
b7.
E4, stopping E4.
Covers the pawn on e4.
But rook c3. You've got to get active.
Let's just go back to that critical position in the final game. Here Kasparov played queen takes e3. Blunder. And then Vichy played queen takes g4. So that the rook on c8 is attacked by the queen on g4. And the rook on e1 has been uncovered by the queen and is now attacking the queen on e3. So something had to give, and that's why Kasparov gave up his queen. But a really terrible mistake. Instead of that, it was possible just to play knight takes e3. Just exchange the pieces the other way around. And now Anand really must recapture. Queen takes e3. Queen takes queen. Rook takes queen. And simply castles kingside. Kasparov is 2 pawns up here. I don't think it's going to be terribly difficult for him to win. The next move, he'll be able to play pawn to f5 and just steam those pawns down the board. It's just a completely winning position for black.